Hi y'all, welcome to Two Old Ghosts of Chick's Homestead. Today I wanted to bring you along while I planted the bananas that I bought. I got two different varieties of bananas. The first variety I'm going to be planting behind me here is the ice cream banana. And the other one is going to be called the Cavendish. Okay, it's a dwarf variety. And they are hardy here in my zone according to what I've researched on. So we're going to plant those directly into the garden area. So I want to also take a moment to share with you what I'm going to be adding to the soil. As you can see, our soil does have a lot of clay in it in this one spot where I'm going to plant the ice cream banana. Here's a shot of that soil real quick. Okay, so the nutrients we're going to be adding to the soil is going to be our blood meal. Okay, and then we have bone meal, and then I'm also going to be adding some azomite, one of my favorite additives for the garden. I'm going to be adding some potash, okay, out of the fireplace, and this time I'm going to be using a new product. This is the first year I've been using it. It is called mycorrhizal inoculant. Okay, and here is the inoculant I'll be using. It's supposed to help, excuse me, it's supposed to help with getting the plants established and help getting their growth started. It increases the nutrient uptake and the water uptake. It also improves the soil structure, and it just overall improves the plant health and helps to with production. It gives that plant the extra oomph that it needs. So we're going to be adding that to the pile as well. So let's go ahead and get planted. I already dug the hole, so let's go ahead and get to adding these nutrients and getting this plant in the ground. So y'all come on. Okay, so I did want to take a second and let you know that I bought this for Dave so he can fertilize. All right, it's just a general plant fertilizer, vegetable fertilizer that I bought for Dave. So if he thinks I'm not fertilizing enough, he can always come out and grab a bag and do it himself. So this is a cheat for Dave. So this is Dave's cheat. So wanted to share that with you guys before we got started. All right, so I know that I'm hoping that the hole is big enough. I've already pre-dug the hole for us, so that way you didn't have to endure that. And I'm going to just kind of sprinkle some nutrients down in there. Just sprinkle them down. Okay, a little bit of everything. Not measuring. I will measure the inoculant though, because I don't want to add too much, even though I'm not sure you can, but just a little bit of everything. All right, so now we're going to attempt to remove this banana from the pot, excuse me. We're going to attempt to remove it, because I did pot it. Oh, look, it's got some new roots in there. Look at that. All right, that is gorgeous. Look at that root growth in there. Okay, so that is some nice root growth. All right, we're going to put this in. Try not to bury it too deep. Get all the goodies in. Okay, and then we're going to just spread this roots out to the side. Okay. I think that's going to be deep enough. We might add a little more dirt to it, or a little more soil to it. This is the soil that I put it in the pot with. We're just going to add it right down in here. So, and then we're going to add a little more nutrients. I think that'll look good because I got to add some mulch to it too. So we're going to add a little bit of this inoculant, the mycorrhizal inoculant here. Okay, we're going to add it. Just going to be careful. I'm going to add it to the soil. Maybe that'll work It's a root clump that fell off. So, alright, and then I am going to put some right on the root ball itself. Okay, so we are going to put a little bit on the root ball itself. Just a little dusting of it. Okay, and then we're going to set it down in its spot. And I am going to add a little bit more nutrient to the outside edge. So that way it gets a good start. We want to make sure it gets a good start. All around start. Okay. And then I will kind of mix the clay and the potting soil to kind of use the dirt that I already had. This is a really hard clay spot, so I'm hoping that this works out good here in the spot. Okay, so we are going to get this baby in here. And we'll mulch it in after we're done. Get it mulched, watered, and mulched in. Make sure we don't have any air pockets around the roots. So we'll see, make sure this is going to work out really nice. I'm excited to have these bananas on the homestead this year. They are really one of my favorite fruits. It's loaded with potassium, which we all know that we need when we're out here in the garden working and we're doing a lot of sweating. We need lots of potassium. So we are definitely hoping for lots of bananas this year. So we'll see. Get this in the ground, get it watered in, and get it mulched in, and I think we'll be good to go. So again, I used the azomite, I used potash, blood meal, and bone meal. And again, I did use the inoculant this time. This is a new product for us here on the homestead this year, the inoculant is. So we want to make sure that we get this new area of the garden, because this is in the newest area of the garden. So we want to make sure that we get it a good start, because our farm was a pine tree farm, and it was depleted of a lot of nutrients. So I want to make sure that I give every plant that I put in the new area its best start. So, all right, that looks like it's going to do it for this one. I'm pressing down, making sure I got any air pockets filled. And we'll mulch this in and water it in. So let me get that water. All right, so here I'm going to water it in. Get it all watered in. Get all this in there. Make sure we didn't leave any air pockets. I thought I killed this banana, so it's nice to see I didn't kill it. Alright, so we'll just make sure that there isn't any water pockets, or I mean any air pockets, excuse me. Make sure there's no air pockets. Okay, so I also wanted to mention that bananas like pH of 6 is what I read, so we're going to keep the pH about 6. We'll check the pH again here in a few days after it gets all settled in. Gets settled in, we'll get it checked. All right, there. It's all mulched in. Easy as that. It's looking good. Again, this one is the ice cream banana. So far already we can see that the soil on this hole is a lot better than the other one. Okay, and I've already pre-dug the hole for you guys. No need to watch the boring parts. So we're going to sprinkle the nutrients down in the hole. This banana is the Cavendish banana. It's a dwarf variety. So we'll just sprinkle all these good nutrients in there. Get it going. And also, again, we're going to add the mycorrhizal inoculant to the hole, and then we'll add it to the root ball as well. So we're going to add this to both areas. And then we'll mulch it in like I did the other one. I know you noticed that there's no mulch on the ground here. This is the area that I've not mulched in yet, so, but it will eventually have mulch in it, in this area. And I'm just picking out sticks and pine tree roots that are still left in. Alright, so we're going to leave it there for the depth. And again, we're going to sprinkle some of the inoculant on the roots. And again, I told you earlier that it benefits the overall plant health. So we're going to give it a whirl this year. So again, we're going to backfill it in and then mulch it. And I'm just using the dirt that was here because this dirt looks a lot, or the soil looks a lot better than the other soil I did, or the other hole I dug, excuse me. And I know I could use gloves, but I'd much rather use my hands. I like the feel of the dirt. It's just me. I know most people use gloves when they're dealing with most things. I'm not most people, so. All right. So we'll get some mulch. We'll get this watered in and mulched again like the other one. All right. All right, so we're going to get it watered in. While that soaks in, I'm going to grab some mulch. I'm going to put the tag down so I remember what kind this one is. I don't think I'll forget, but just in case. Alright. This one says it only needs low water, so I'm hoping that it'll do well out here. So we're going to water it in, make sure there's no air pockets. Making sure that those air pockets are all gone. And then again, I'm just going to mulch with some hay. But I am going to use mulch. We're mulching everything this year. So mulch is our best friend this year. And we're using old hay to mulch with. Okay. Alright guys, I've got those all planted up. I wanted to take a second and show you how far apart those are planted so you can see the difference in the soil just in a few feet here. So let's go show you that. Alright, so here is that Cavendish banana, and if you look up, the other one is right there. So that's the ice cream banana, and here is the Cavendish. So they're not very far apart. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the day. I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope this has helped you. And follow me along and see the progress on these bananas this year. Since this is my first year ever growing bananas, it's going to be a definite adventure this year for the bananas. So until next time, guys, happy homesteading.